It's me, Kiana, coming at you, and I am going down to my lower deck area in the front and doing what I do every day, which is sip on my raspberry tea and enjoy the still summer weather in Maryland. So, as you can see in the title, this video is going to be quite interesting. Yes, it will be. Okay. Um, because I am who I am and because of the queen in me, I can actually sit out front and discuss this, even though this is about my neighborhood. Yes. Um, I just, when I knew that when I decided to, um, when I decided to choose this neighborhood, I knew that it was pros and cons. There was no no cons as far as um, how manicured the area is, how quiet the area is. It's like this every day, and I'm going to explain to you why it is. It's like this every day, all day. Um, so it was no cons as far as aesthetics. Okay. Um, I also knew that the area that I moved in basically predominantly, and I thought predominantly, but come to find out, literally, I am in this neighborhood as well as the next neighborhood over the only African American. And because of the queen in me, I still decided to be here because I am not moved or shaken um, by that. That doesn't affect me. I don't mind standing alone. I've done that since I was younger. I've always been the type of person that's been for the underdog. So I always befriended the person that nobody wanted to be friends with, or the person that was harassed, or the person that was bullied. I always flocked to those people. And I know that now today I know that is part of my calling. That is part of my testimony, my journey. And and I know that it was a purpose to that. Now, as an adult, I know that. So I'm saying all that to say I'm okay with standing alone. So therefore, not shaken nor stirred. Just like some of you guys fix y'all martinis. But so I didn't think that that would be an issue. I also like the fact that even though I was the only African American in this neighborhood and the neighborhood over, um, everybody in this neighborhood, when I say everybody, I'm talking about every house. Can't skip any house. Literally every house. The youngest person besides myself is 62. And she was raised here. So we have ranges from 62 ages, 62 to 91 in this neighborhood. Um, and this is out of, like I say, 20 houses. It's only, I live on a side street. It's way off of the main, and I wanted that because of Pootie. But it's about 20 houses that I'm speaking of. Probably 10 on this block and 10 on the next block. So, excuse me. Oh, y'all want to see my lower deck area? I don't know if y'all can see it. Y'all see? Yeah, this is the front lower deck. But I'm going to do, if you guys are really interested, I am going to do, because I've been doing a whole lot of work and on the decks as well as the front and backyard. I also did a fire pit, and we still are installing the pond. So if you guys want to see that, I will open up my home in that way for you guys if it's received and wanted. So we shall see. So back to what I was talking about. So I knew that those things existed, but and it's no children in this block or the next block. So what we do is we constantly put him in, like, besides school, we put him in like extracurricular activities and things like that. So he's still, um, you know, be able to interact with other children in his age, um, and children in general, and also children that look like him. Um, because that is important and vital to growing up. You have to know thyself, and it's not about being prejudiced or anything. It's about him learning that it's okay to be him, and it's okay to look like him, and he needs to walk in his his princehood right now because he is going to be a king. Um, and that's okay. That's okay to instill in your children. And I'm not going to have anybody, tell me that that's wrong. Um, it's just silly. It's a silly way of thinking. But anyway, um, I think that I'm pretty sure he'll be beat down enough in society that when he comes home, to tell him that he's a prince and that he is going to be a king one day is vital. It's vital for his, um, it's vital for me as a mother. It's vital for my husband as a father. And it's vital for him as a child that one day will grow up to be a man. But anyway, I found out quickly that I was not going to be received. No one spoke to me. No one shook a hand. No one waved. None of that. So, how do you handle that situation, my sister? How did you handle it, my sister? Well, not only do I sit out front just like they do in their rocking chairs, but I sip my tea, literally. And I just yell across the street sometimes, top of a morning to you, with no response. I take a piece of material, just something laying around, and I make a quick head wrap, evoking the spirits of my ancestors that did the same. And then when you go shopping, which I quite often do, and I think that that's a problem for some, not on YouTube, because I just returned. And I haven't even given you guys a haul, which I have huge amounts to give you. But I think that to see that not only am I the only African American in the neighborhood, but I also have an intact black family. And even if I didn't, again, the queen in me does not mind standing alone. I can't be shaken nor stirred. So when I go shopping and I find beautiful African pieces, which I have throughout my home, I make sure I walk up my beautifully manicured uh, walkway with the pieces in hand. And I take a long time. I take a very long time walking up the walkway, pieces in hand. Good morning. hmm And you just have it proudly up in your arm, like I did just now, and I'll do it again. hmm See, where some people would be afraid of the faces on these beautifully carved wood masks, you have to ask yourself, why is that? What is it that you see that has you shaken and stirred? So, that's how you handle living in an area that don't want you there but you still up in this bitch. Be blessed.